Hi everyone! In today's DIY projects, we are crafting with Dollar Tree items. We'll be creating some beautiful home decor items on a budget that you could use to decorate your home. For your shopping convenience, all the items used in today's DIY projects will be linked in the description box below, so do check them out and let's jump right into our first DIY project. For our first project, we are making a sunburst wall decoration, and we're going to be using 2 packs of our skewers from the Dollar Tree. I'm using my garden shears to cut my skewers in half, and we're going to be doing this at random lengths so you don't have to measure. I'm working on top of a silicone surface, so I'm placing a 3-inch mirror on my surface, and then I'll glue my skewers right around that mirror. I'm placing a dab of hot glue on my surface, and then I'm attaching my skewers. The 3-inch mirror is just a guide to keep my skewers aligned, so you can use anything that you'd like. Just place the tip of the skewers very close to each other. Now we're done with that row. Remove the mirror. Now we're going to create a second row, and for this row we're going to be staggering the skewers. So the first one, you're going to start it about 1/2 inch in, and you'll continue adding the skewers next to each other, and just continue to push the skewers towards the center. We should have 2 rows of our skewers, and you should use up about 1.5 packs of your skewers. And you should have it looking like this. Now I'm using a flat edge to remove my design from the surface. And this is where I went wrong. I wanted this design to be solid, so I'm using my Gorilla wood glue to connect the pieces, but I did not flip it over on the back. So make sure you flip yours over on the back to avoid seeing the glue in the front after it's painted. I'm using my Gorilla wood glue and I'm brushing it all over the skewers, and this will add an additional shine. To prepare my canvas, I painted it with latex paint first and then spray paint it with my matte black spray paint. I'm using a 16 by 20 canvas, and this design is a little bit too large for this canvas, so I'm going to clip off the excess. Now that my wood glue is dry, I'll take my design outside and I'll spray paint it with my metallic gold spray paint. I'm using my Aleene's Mixed Media adhesive to connect the pieces together, and I'm also using my hot glue for an instant bond. And I'm placing it right in the center of my canvas. And here's how this project turned out, guys. I hope you like this one. Let's move on to the next project. For this project, we are using a charger plate from the Dollar Tree, and we are making a wall sconce. We're also using a foam disc. I'll use my X-Acto knife to cut 1 inch from my foam disc. And it should fit snug in the charger plate just like so. I'll take my charger plate outside and I'll spray paint it with my Rust-Oleum flat black. I'm also using chopping mats from the Dollar Tree, and I'm using one from the pack. The inside of the charger plate measures 11.5 inches, so I'll go ahead and cut off that curve from my chopping mat first, and then I'll measure 11.5 inches. You want to measure the top and the bottom, that way you'll have it straight. I'm using my X-Acto knife to score the area, and then I'll use my scissors to cut the piece off. I'm going to be using my tacky glue, and I'm adding just a small amount of water just to get it flowing, and I'm going to spread a thin layer over my chopping mat, and I'll give it a couple minutes to get tacky. I have this table runner from Amazon. I'm going to place it on top of my chopping mat. Just make sure that it's straight. All the items I'm using, I'll be leaving the link in the description box below the video in case you want to find the items. I'm using my hair dryer just to speed things up a bit, and then I'll cut the excess off. I'm finding the center of my chopping mat, and I'll place my foam disc right on that center, and I'm using my hot glue to attach the two pieces together. Just make sure that it's centered. I normally wait for the end of the video to ask you for a thumbs up, but I'm going to do it right now. There are 3 ways that you can support my channel. You can give me a thumbs up, you can leave me a comment, just one word is good enough, it doesn't have to be a sentence. The 3rd way is to share this video with a contact in your phone. Alright, thank you so much, I really appreciate your support. The next step is to add my silver trim. This trim is self-adhesive, and I'm just going to place it right on that edge, making sure that it's straight. Now I'll cut the excess off. And I'm doing that for both sides. Now I'll remove the label from the back of my charger plate. I'm going to be placing my hook at the top, and to give it a good balance on the wall, I'm just adding a tower block. I'm using my paint pen just to cover up that color, just so I can have it nice and neat. It's in the back, it won't be showing anyway. Just to make things uniform, I'm using my paint pen. Now I'll add my picture frame hook. I'm using my hot glue and my strong adhesive. And now I'll attach my charger plate to my wall sconce design. Just use your strong adhesive to make sure that it stays well secure. For my lights, I'm going to be adding these RGB lights, and they're rechargeable and they come with magnets. Just glue the magnet in on the foam, then place the light on there. And it's as simple as that, guys. Here's how this project turned out. I hope you like this one. Let's move on to our next project. For this project, we're going to be using this jar from the Dollar Tree. Remove the label. We're also using 2 bowls from Walmart. These are 50 cents each. Attach both bowls with your strong adhesive. try to attach them nice and neat so they're lined up properly. Next, attach your jar to your bowls. I'll be spray painting my vase white, and I'm using my Rust-Oleum gloss white. Before I spray paint my vase, I'll be cleaning it with my alcohol. Here it is dry. I'm going to be attaching this 4-row rhinestone ribbon. I tried to use mosaic tile, but they were too large. Now to cover the seam on the bowls, I'll be using my 6-row rhinestone ribbon. And the ribbon is self-adhesive, so no need to use hot glue. Just try to line it up properly so you can have it straight going all the way around. Cut the excess off and connect the seams. And this is a simple project, guys. Here's how this project turned out. I hope you like this one. Now let's move on to our next project. We are using this 12-inch wooden round from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be adding sand to cover up the imperfections. So I'll be using my tacky glue to attach my sand. Just one thin layer of sand is enough. I'm also using this wooden wreath. It's MDF, so I'll be painting it with my latex paint first before I spray paint it. And I'm going to be spray painting this one black. I'm also using 2 half dowels. They're 1/2 inch each. I'm using my latex paint to prime them before I spray paint them, and I'll be spray painting them with my metallic gold spray paint. Before I paint my 12-inch wood, I'm going to paint the back of it just so it can look nice and neat in the back. And I'm using this paint from the Dollar Tree. To paint the front, I'm using my white latex paint. After that paint was dry, I used my tacky glue to add fine glitter. And this is a fine, subtle glitter. You won't see much of it, but it's there and it reflects when it's darker. Now I'll just attach all my pieces together. And I'm trying to get my wreath on top of those 2 holes in the wood. I'm using my strong adhesive to attach the pieces. Just place a tower block under the wreath just to hold it up while you glue them together. Then we're adding the 2 dowels. I'm using my hot glue to attach my 2 dowels together, and one is taller than the other on either side, about 2.5 inches. Now I'll use my permanent adhesive to glue my dowels in the center of my design. Just make sure you have the exact length on both sides. To hook our wall decoration, we're using a picture frame hook, and you'll have to adjust the position of your hook. So use your hot glue to place it and then shift it over if you have to. Then you can use your strong adhesive to attach it. And here's how this project turned out, guys. I hope you like this one. Let me know which project was your favorite this week and if you'll be recreating any of them. If you missed last week's video, here it is on the screen. Just click that rectangular box to watch. Please remember to give me a thumbs up before you leave and share this video with someone that you think may be interested. I really appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye bye.